About 2 weeks ago, I started a challenge that my friend McLovin asked me to do, which was take a Feebas through Emerald from the start, and I'm working on that run. But it's miserable. So I turned to my YouTube comments to get the next run in the meantime. I always love seeing people request runs in the comments, and I thought it was time to dip into that well and pick a run. That's why today we're going to take a Horsea through Pokemon Red. This was suggested by Lucy Rose Luna, and I've got a few good others to pick from in the future. Make sure you leave some down in the comments below. The rules for the run will be the same as always. I will not be evolving Horsea during this run. I will not be using items in battle. This includes potions, X items, etc. There are no held items in Gen 1, so I don't even have the option for that. HM users will be picked up, but they won't be used in battle. And without further ado, let's get going. I replaced Squirtle with Horsea in Professor Oak's lab so that my rival will still have the type advantage over me with Bulbasaur. I named my rival Gary. Pretty basic this time. My Horsea is named Folky, after my favorite current basketball player for UT, John Fulkerson. This guy is a monster, and that's exactly why Horsea gets the name. For the first time in a while, I lost the battle with my rival at the beginning. My only attack is Bubble, and it barely stings Bulbasaur. I was hoping it would keep growling so I could get more hits in, but I just couldn't beat it. My rival couldn't be taken down this time. After hitting level 8, I attempted to battle my rival again on Route 22, but I still only have Bubble. Pidgey hurt me a little bit, but when Bulbasaur used Leech Seed, it sealed the deal on the battle. I never even attempted this one again. There's no way I was going to get this battle done without hardcore grinding. I went straight through Viridian Forest to Brock's gym. After countless runs where I've been at a disadvantage to Brock, I finally got a run where I was the one with the advantage. Geodude goes down to 2 bubbles. Onix goes down to 1. A critical hit, and holy cow, Brock's done. That was amazing. I'm pretty sure this is the smallest amount of time I've ever spent here in Pewter City, and the lowest level too. Because of Folky's type advantage, pretty much everything in Mount Moon is weak to me, so I'm at another great advantage here. I picked up the Helix fossil, just for those that wanted to know, and while you're thinking about it, yes, I am absolutely doing this run just because of the promise of it being easier, and so far it's off to a great start. I hit level 21 through Mount Moon and got the TM for Water Gun, and learned Smokescreen. I took on my rival reluctantly in Cerulean, but with Smokescreen, I hoped that I could just push through the battle. I used 2 Smokescreens on Pidgeotto and Water Gunned a few times to make sure I didn't take too much damage. Abra did nothing but teleport, Rattata took 1 super-powered Water Gun, and then came the plant. Smokescreen 3 times couldn't stop Tackle from hitting me twice, and Water Gun barely damaged it. But Leech Seed kept missing, and Vine Whip never touched me, making through for an unusually tense battle. I got the SS ticket from Bill and headed to Misty's gym. I knew I wouldn't be at a disadvantage at least. Smokescreen 3 times on Staryu gave me a safe buffer zone, and Water Gun didn't do a lot of damage, but it got the job done. Rinse and Repeat on Starmie, which has much higher special than Staryu, so it took more hits, and I earned myself the Cascade badge. I had a scary run-in getting down to just 10 HP left, but I made it through. I got the Bubble Beam TM here too, and now I have a really strong special move with Stab, on top of my other 2 special Stab moves. I caught a Spearow a while back and didn't give it a nickname because I wanted to trade it for Farfetch'd. I might have done this in one run, but I couldn't remember, so I took that way out to get a user for Fly and Cut in one Pokemon. Aboard the SSN, Gary's team was finally too much to handle again. But I went into the battle with my health in yellow and paralyzed, so I really could have won this battle the first time through. Bubble Beam smoked Pidgeotto, Raticate, and almost got Kadabra in one hit. 1 quick hit afterwards made it go down, and Ivysaur popped out. Bubble Beam put it in yellow health, it hit me with Vine Whip, and another Bubble Beam took it down. This could have been really bad, but I got through this one. Instead of going to Lieutenant Surge's gym, I went straight through Rock Tunnel. I didn't even want to attempt getting Thunderstruck in the face. Arriving in Celadon finally put me in reach of the one item I needed the most, Ice Beam. This was going to put me up ahead next time I battled a Grass type. I fought through all of Erica's gym, freezing everything. Victory Bell didn't go down in one hit though, and Razor Leaf almost KO'd me. Tangela and Vileplume went down in one hit though, so this scary gym was put out of my mind, thankfully. Giovanni's team in the Rocket Hideout was nothing. Bubble Beam took everything out in one hit, and I learned Hydro Pump along the way, and that took Kangaskhan down. Everything's looking up in this run now. With Bubble Beam and Ice Beam in tow, I took Gary down in the Pokemon Tower. It's so nice to see his Ivysaur get its reward for being an annoying jerk. I got Surf from the Safari Zone and replaced Hydro Pump. I needed a move that still hits hard, but has better accuracy. Koga's team all went down in 1 or 2 Surfs. I only had about a 10 level jump on his team too, so this was just Folky being a monster and pushing through. Jumping straight ahead to Silphco, Gary's Pidgeot went down in 1 Ice Beam, and Gyarados almost did too. It only hit me with Leer, so it didn't get anything big done to me. Growlithe was Bubble Beamed, Alakazam survived Surf and hit a Confusion, but it wasn't too strong. Venusaur went down in a critical hit Ice Beam, and Gary was crushed. Let's keep this train a-rollin'. I picked up James the Lapras, in keeping with biblical names for this Leviathan. Giovanni's team, again, was surfed to death. Cowabunga. Sabrina's Kadabra survived with a sliver of HP and hit a Disable, but it was on an Ice Beam, which I wasn't even planning on using. Surf sank Mr. Mime and Venomoth, and then out came Alakazam. I knew Surf wouldn't be a one-hit KO, but it only used Psywave, ensuring that I had the win. Do I even need to say anything about Blaine's gym? Surf, it got everything. This has definitely been the easiest run I've done so far. They say Psychic is OP in Gen 1, but Water types might just be the next best type. I wanted to go battle Giovanni, but I still needed the badge from Surge. And Erica, somehow. Which I definitely beat. I guess Horsea accidentally evolved after the battle, and I forgot to go back and battle it again when I had to reset. Round 2 went the same way for anybody concerned. And Surge put up a good fight, but a 40 level gap certainly didn't work in his favor. And now I'm actually going to battle Giovanni. And Surf knocked everything out. I'm really struggling to embellish these battles. Normally I'm given enough challenge where the story of the battle writes itself, but Folky is blowing through these gems. This is just a quick peek behind the curtain too. My recording is only at 9 minutes right now. Typically whenever I reach Giovanni, I'm at least 15 or even 20 minutes in. This really short run has been very nice, not gonna lie. Gary's final rematch before the Elite Four was very similar to how it's always been. Ice Beam and Surf got everything. I only took damage at the beginning from a quick attack by Pidgeot. Surf didn't get Alakazam though, and it got a critical Psywave, doing a big chunk of my health. Venusaur didn't go down in 1 Ice Beam though, but I froze it. If I hadn't frozen Venusaur, I might have had to redo this battle. This is definitely the weakest I've been through these runs. Normally I have to be at least level 70 by this point, or even already level 100, but 65 is really nice right now. I was worried about Lorelei because I wasn't going to be doing strong damage to her. I used Double Team 3 times at the beginning of the battle to ensure some good evasiveness. Surf got most of her team in 2 to 3 hits. Lapras was the only one that put up a little fight, landing a few body slams. I didn't get paralyzed though, but then it hit a Confuse Ray. I hit myself in confusion, but then ended the battle. Bruno's team was swamped. Surf got everything. And then I battled Agatha without healing, so that could have been disastrous. If I had just used an Ether on Surf, this battle would have been much less stressful. I didn't use Double Team at the front end of this battle and got some damage from Gengar. It used Dream Eater when I was awake luckily, and that gap gave me an opening to take it down. Ice Beam got Golbat in 1 hit. When she sent out Haunter, I used Double Team just to save myself a little headache. But it hit me with Confuse Ray and Hypnosis. I got taken down to 2 HP. I was terrified. Haunter took 2 Ice Beams, but she used a potion, giving me a gap for another hit. Arbok missed Glare and 2 Surfs got it. Then 1 Surf put Gengar in yellow, and Gengar missed its attack. Man, I was scared right here. If I had just healed before the battle, I wouldn't have had any trouble. Got through it the first try though. Lance's team wasn't bad either. Gyarados froze, and right before I finished it off, he used a Hyper Potion. All this did was waste some power points on my moves. Ice Beam got all of his dragons in 1 hit, and Surf took Aerodactyl down. Time for one last fight with Gary. Ice Beam put Pidgeot in red, but it used Whirlwind, doing nothing. Alakazam set up Reflect, but since I only have special moves, it didn't do anything. I couldn't take it out in 1 hit though, and got caught in a weird loop of it using Recover each time I surfed. It tried to Reflect again though, and that gave me an opening to take it down. Surf sank right on. Ice Beam barely damaged Gyarados, and it used Hyper Beam. This put a good dent in my armor. 2 more Ice Beams put it in red, and then it hit me with Dragon Rage. This set 40 damage put me in yellow health. Surf sank Arcanine, thankfully. I was actually a little worried about that one. Then came Venusaur. Ice Beam didn't knock it out. It used Mega Drain. I had all but given up. But Folky survived with 1 HP. I think I actually screamed when this happened. Ice Beam did him in, and yes, you can beat Pokemon Red with just a Horsea. This was a much needed easy run. Calling it a challenge is very generous. But let's be real. This is just a fun way to experience the game and in a way you normally wouldn't. Horsea has always been one that I liked, and now I have a newfound appreciation for it. Grookey, Feebas, and Spearow are in the works, with more runs on the way. If there's another run you'd like, then comment down below so I can take note of it. Make sure you're following me on Twitter at CoachMaxYouTube for updates on the channel and to see when I'm streaming on Twitch. I just got the Shiny Charm in Pokemon Shield, so I'm wanting to do some shiny hunting really soon. Until next time, see you later!